Okay. All right, Millinocket Plan.
Brian, you can hear us online, yeah? He unmuted and said something, but I don't have the volume on this up yet. Oh, hang on a second. Also, there are two people in the waiting room that do not meet the criteria to be added to our meetings, and they have funky names. I'm not gonna let them in because I've seen too many clips of pornography when that happens. So just so you know.
Okay, sounds good. We ready?
Well, hang on, almost there. Let me turn the volume up.
Anticipation.
Two. All right. And it is recording. You're good to go.
Okay. Let's start the Town of Millinocket Planning Board meeting. 6:02. And we're gonna start this meeting with a roll call. We'll call what we did to call it also roll call, acceptance of the meetings, I should say. Acceptance of the meetings from 12:16 and 3:18.
Do the roll call.
All right, then we'll do the roll call first. Mike Wallace here, Avron Danforth,
Yep.
John Cody,
Here.
John Crawford, Evan Campbell, Dave Levesque,
Yeah.
Heidi Wheaton, absent. Michelle Anderson, absent. Unexcused.
I did not hear from either one.
Okay, so unexcused, both of them, please. Okay. Now, has everybody read the meetings, the minutes for the meetings on 12:16 and 3:18?
12:16 still is not there. I'm still working trying to find that.
Okay. So 3:18.
Yeah.
Thought we approved the minutes of the 3:18 already.
No,
That would have been the last meeting I have.
yeah. That was the last meeting we did, remember? 3:18, March 18th. That was the last time we met.
All right. Okay, that's right.
Funeral home.
Yeah. Um,
I make a motion, we approve the minutes from March 18th.
second
Second
that?
the motion.
Okay, all in
Right.
favor?
All right,
So done. No old business. New business. We're gonna do the review of our Katahdin subdivision progress. And review of section B, history of the comprehension plan. Has been advised, and that's what she needs next for, Lorna needs next for the,
That's where we are right
Plan.
now. Yeah.
okay. For the comprehensive plan, all right. So we'll do the review of our Katahdin subdivision. They aren't here today, any of them from there, right? You did do the names for the streets and submit that for the E91?
Where we're standing on that right now, I was hoping why this was on here is I was hoping I would have the maps and the streets tonight for you. We've got them done, but the surveyor wanted a little more time to get the streets mapped out some more before he presents us with the actual
Drawings,
paperwork. We'll get our next meeting in May. I've already scheduled to have that document ready because before we can submit, you approve their site plan, their subdivision. Before we can enact that subdivision with the state, you all have to sign off on it. I mean, some of you have done it in the past, but it's not new. So I'm sorry it isn't here tonight, but it will be by next meeting. I was on the phone today, this morning with Sylvia Mahar and everything is, the surveyor was working on it today, but he knew he couldn't get it done and get it up to me in time.
Okay,
Other than that, that project is done. Just has not been submitted yet. And nobody else can do anything up there as far as site plans until the subdivision has been approved.
so this is holding up what the plans are right now for
Well,
biochar.
I haven't talked to any of the other companies that are coming in yet recently. But they're all using Silver Mahar anyway, so they all know where we're standing on it.
Okay,
If there's any
anybody have any
questions?
questions for Tom?
No,
No?
gotta get those streets.
Okay, now in your packets, you should have had, we should have had the review for the section of section B for the comprehensive plan, and that's that would be the history and
Yeah.
Archaeology.
Give you a little background, so you know where we're going. 3 years ago, 4 years, probably longer than that now. We went into a tri-town comprehensive plan between the 3 towns. We were the only ones that, our council was the only ones that ever accepted it. It was never accepted by East Monaco or by Medway. So what we're doing right now is we're redoing our own plan, so it will be Millinocket's comprehensive plan.
Okay.
And we're rewriting the whole plan, redoing the whole plan. And this step here is section B. Basically what we need to have you do is review that history. And if you have anything you want to add, tell me and we can take it back and as we're editing, add into it, or if you see anything you don't think is right. And then the last 3 pages that you see talks about policies and implementation strategies. That's for us to do this. That's the state guidelines that we have to follow. And that just needs an approval of the planning board saying that, yes, that's the avenue we are gonna go. Just as a little history. Thank you.
And just everybody up here knows that Lorna is doing this with Tom.
Lorna is doing this. Tom is just helping.
Wow. Yeah, Tom is helping. I don't know if everybody knew that, but. You got a question, Adam?
No, I got a comment, I guess, rather than a question. I read the historic events and settlement piece with a lot of interest. I think Lorna is doing a very good job. I really have nothing to add, but I enjoyed reading what I did. I think it's well done. Yes.
Yeah, she has. Go ahead, David.
I too read it and I was very interested in it. The one thing that I like to mention though is it says that the tin house was brought down from the Shack Hill
Yes.
and placed there. Well, I also think that my house was brought down there too. And the reason I say that is my foundation is a granite foundation and it's 4 feet shorter than my house. So why would anybody put a foundation in and build a house 4 feet longer than the foundation? Now, the Pickard family that owned it before I did, 50-something years ago, said that it came down from Shack Hill. So I don't know,
Give me a reference.
maybe a picture that I could get probably from the museum to help verify that. Because I think I did see a picture in there one time of the way the windows are in the front of the house. The porch wasn't on there, but it just, and it's very similar to what I've got. So it could very well be that it came down from Shack Hill.
Okay, we'll check that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, if you want to, you should really read up on section B on all of it because it is real interesting. And it's been everything since the time it started here, so actually before the mill even started. Um, So. Has anybody got anything else on the review of that from the comprehensive plan? Nobody, got any questions? Okay. That it?
I guess we reviewed it without any questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Just reviewed it,
No, the policies.
well, yeah, there is. There's a lot of information,
Yeah,
but it's well written.
like,
So
we should take a vote on this, saying that.
So
that's
we
what I'm
have
getting
to-
ready for. I'm waiting for someone to make a motion on it right now. So if anybody would make a motion to accept it,
Well, I would make a motion that the board has reviewed it and we have no further
comment.
additions or questions for it.
Yep. Sounds good. Anybody second it? There we go. All in favor? Okay. You get anything else?
Policies and procedures.
Policies and procedures.
That you have to.
I didn't see that on there.
That we will need a motion.
I see that.
To accept them as. presented.
Okay. Should we accept the policies and procedures as accepted?
Gonna need a motion.
Yep.
I make a motion that we accept the section B under the policies as is.
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Good. That's the last one. That's so. I think that's it.
Do.
You have any updates for us on anything that's
Um,
coming up?
two thirty Penobscot Avenue, the Arcadon building, phase one is now completely done. So they won't, they'll be going to phase two when they award the next grant or bill, when they get ready to do it, there will be another acceptance for the inside. Basically now the outside is completed, the rear wall has been
And all the structural stuff's been
all the
done.
structural stuff's done, the elevator, that stuff is all done. The alarm system, the sprinkler system. Is all done, so it will. Go when they do start back up or when they go to bid again, they'll be going to step two, which will be starting the interior of the building.
Is that, are they waiting for any funds for that or?
Yes.
Okay,
Is there more than two phases?
They've got it broken up, David, into 3 phases if it stays the way it is currently.
Third phase being,
The 3rd phase would be just to finish work, finish up. More cosmetic stuff, so. And when I talked to the contractor, he was under the impression that 2 and 3 would be put together. But I haven't been told that yet, I haven't seen anything on that
probably the engineering firm.
as of now. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
when it goes out, it'll go out to RFP, and go out to bid. Right now, we're, as I don't know if I have told you or not, but the Boltman's, what was formerly Boltman's Bar and Grill down on the Hasbro Road has been sold. the gentleman and his wife that bought half of it, they bought the section that has the restaurant on it and the lots that had the yurts or cabins on them. They're gonna have their plan is, and they have submitted paperwork to the state for a campground smaller than the one that was previously there. They've been in and seen me numerous times. I'm not gonna put them through site plan review. That was already a campground. All we're actually doing is making it smaller. I am gonna require them to do a change of use just because it's been vacated, and that's what our ordinances say. And they're all good with that. They have, they're awaiting right now for their site, for a site evaluator to come on their septic system because there was some issues with that 2 years ago. And the state is gonna require that with their license anyway. So I'm just kind of staying in the background and saying, when you get your evaluation done and the state says you're good, then bring it to me and, you know, we'll be pretty smooth with what we want to do. He came in the other day about putting in for his pictures, license and stuff. And I told him he can start going down that road if he wants. It's entirely up to him, but until I see something from the state, and really until I see something from an evaluator telling me that that system is good, then we're not gonna do a lot down there, but just in case you go by, he is down there working. I think they're cleaning up and doing some stuff. Got different contractors in. His wife is a mechanical engineer. So,
You do have your subsurface wastewater.
yes.
That is gonna be,
That's why that's why I'm saying we have to have, it has to have an evaluator's
yeah,
blessing on it.
because that was nursed for the last 2 or 3 years and it's really extremely bad. So,
Let's see what else have I got. 82 Prospect Street, a house that burnt in
Yep.
January. That house was condemned and was not insured. I'm working with a couple that's trying to buy it from the owner. We ran into a couple of missteps the other day that we're working through right now. But I had given them until the owner until July 2nd to have that building down, or we would start finding them every day it was after that. In working with the people that are trying to buy it, as I told them, I'm willing to give them a little grace period if I see progress that they are trying to do something. And they are right now, they're trying, but you know, they gotta get through all the hurdles and make sure that they get a clean deed title to it before they actually
all that have to go to the landfill.
buy it. That will be up to the person that owns it, that tears it down.
Okay,
I require for them to get a demolition permit from us. I require them to have somebody sign off saying where that is going to. It cannot go here. It needs to go somewhere where to be accepted, to Juniper Ridge or to wherever they. But everyone that we have done, that the town has torn down, or anybody in recent years, we've made sure that we had where it was going to go to, because they could come back on the town if we let somebody tear it down and take it down the road and burn it or
bury it.
bury
That's
it.
what I'm getting at, yeah.
Yeah, so. Nothing really new on the Wabanakis at the rice farm. Still, I know there's some work being done down there, but nothing, I'm not involved in any of that right now. Their Oxford Street property, which you granted a site plan on, went out to bid. But I have not heard anything as to whether bid was accepted or where they stand with it. Aroostook Avenue. I was informed by the contractor that Bowman got that contract
Oh,
to
right,
do that. That's another one that you would approve for a senior center.
yeah,
I still have not heard from Penquist about a start date. The gentleman that I talked to from Bowman was telling me that he thought the start date was gonna be May, but I can't verify that because nobody has actually told us. The old Aroostook Avenue School, they had the flood in this spring. John and I shut that down that day, immediately that day. And it still has not reopened or done anything because they not brought things back up. When we told them when they did, they had to have the electrical all redone in it. There was a lot of water in there.
that's the building right,
That's the
Right,
old
but-
school.
yeah, right on the same
Yeah.
property line.
Yeah. And we
The
also,
water main break or,
no, they froze it up. Thought they could heat it with a little small heater. Didn't work.
I guess
So
not.
we also told them that when they get it back up and running, they have to have the furnace. And just in case you get a call, I'm dealing with a short-term rental, owner, proprietor. That had a flood also, fire department was involved in. Got a note from the chief telling me that the house had substantial damage. I contacted the owner and advised her that in order for her to get that back up and running, they had to do some stuff. I know they've replaced the furnace in it. I know they're doing some drywall and ceiling work. My main concern is the electrical. Because I was told that it was completely flooded and I had an electrician come in and tell me he looked at the property and said that it had to be replaced and the lady didn't want to go that route. So she hired another electrician. Well, that's fine, but I need that electrician to give me a form saying that in his mind that is good. And then I've already talked to our electrical inspector to go up and look at it with me. In short term, in order to them to start using that again, it has to be re-inspected and okayed. She said to me on the other day that she was gonna contact the planning board, to see what was going on here, why this was such a, so just a heads up in case you do get a call. And you can just refer them back to me. Not a problem. Other than that, I mean, there's some things going on, there's some movement right now, but nothing that I can disclose yet. We can talk about yet, but
the old bank right on, going on time or,
the bank is going right on schedule.
yeah,
He's only finishing off one side and that's his plan and that's entirely. Yeah, they're blowing it, they're about done on the, it's like a lot of finish work to do on. And they still got some finish on the outside, they poured steps the other day. I actually went in, they're gonna heat that with,
electricity.
no, the, heat pumps. Commercial heat pumps, they're inside, they're in the ceilings. They would remind you of a lot of HVAC that sits on a roof.
Yeah,
I had never seen them, so I went over and looked them over one day with them. And I talked to the contractor that was doing it. He said that would be more than enough heat for that building.
and I don't know if you've been up to the funeral home, but I was in there the other day and I gotta say, them guys have done a bang up job. That looks good in there, huh?
Good check.
That looks good, the way he's got that all laid out and,
They've done a great job and they've been a very good partner to work with there.
yeah,
No questions, anything that that I have asked, they are right on top of. They completely gutted it, ceilings,
All the whole thing.
rugs, everything, putting all new, just to freshen it up, painting. And then they cut some walls and moved some doors around.
Built a new stage. Nice.
Yeah.
They took care of the Knox box.
And have they got it now?
Yeah, they haven't received it yet, but he ordered it probably 3 days after we met.
Okay, the other question on that, John, I don't know if you know, Chief, the building across the street, Northern Forest, did that Knox box get put in? Did they ever call you about that Knox box?
They've ordered one, but haven't been called over to go lock it up.
Okay, and same way at 240 Penobscot?
Yes.
Okay, I'll follow up with both of them, and I'm following up on another one that the chief asked me to check on to see if we could lean a little bit on to get one. We're requiring that of all businesses or any apartments, if there's 3 or more apartments. I mean, John can remember, we used to carry keys for half of the town of Millinocket. You had big rolls of keys, you're trying to find a key to get
Holy
into the
bun
place.
keys.
So we're trying to do away with that, so. Other than that, I don't think there's a lot of small projects that, you know, it's starting to warm up, people are starting to do things now. Any questions, anything you guys have heard or anything you want me to look into or?
The only thing I wanted you to look into was like the Millinocket furniture.
Yeah,
That
I'll
was
go
the
over
only
there
thing, so.
and see what's going on. And I gotta look at it again, because like I say, we own one of them and we don't own the other one.
The other,
Mine, I can't remember which one. You think we own both now? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I'll get over there and see what's going on there.
yeah, the other one that is, I see it again today, was kids coming out of the foundation of the old
And
Canados.
I got hold of this gentleman that owns that, Mr. Cody. And informed him of that, and I've also informed the police department. That's really all we can do.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
no, that's okay.
Private.
Yeah. Okay. Could I have a,
So the meeting, we will go back to the 3rd Thursday
Months.
of the month, starting next month. I had the
Okay.
date written, but I didn't bring it with me.
third Thursday?
21st. And as I say, you will have, on that right now, I know we will have the review of the archive, because she told me I would have all my paperwork by then. And really though, when we do get that, you guys sign it, and then they're going to actually, I've told her we do it either way. We can have our lawyer do it, they pay us, or Sylvia Mahar can do it through archive, and that's the way they chose to go with it. Fine with us, so have them do that.
Tom, back to the campground at the Boatman's.
Yeah.
Can you work with them on getting some 911 address signs even for the cabins?
We're gonna make them, we know the address for the
Restaurant,
restaurant.
Yep.
And we're going to number the rest of them like
Okay.
ABC.
because we've had some issues there the last time they were open.
Yeah, no, we'll take care of that.
Okay.
And if anybody asks, I've had a couple of people in wanting us to address give them an address on Midway Road or on Hasbro Road. Sorry, we can't address a driveway. We have to have a structure there for us to put an address on. Okay, so
Good to know.
just so you know. Okay, anything else, anybody?
Motion to adjourn?
I make a motion? Adjourn?
Any seconds? There you go, by Evan. All in favor? So adjourn.
Thank you.